Hello and welcome to KMayer's Cybersecurity Daily Brief. In the next several minutes, we will dissect a fresh critical alert affecting Fortinet's FortiWeb product line. If your organization runs FortiWeb as a web application firewall, stay with me. An unauthenticated SQL injection flaw, scored 9.6 on the CVSS scale, now poses an immediate risk of remote compromise. FortiGuard Cert EU. Late last week, Fortinet published PCERT Advisory FGIR 25151. The notice describes a vulnerability tracked as CVE 2025-25-2 and 57. In simple terms, an attacker can send a crafted HTTP or HTTPS request, inject SQL commands, and gain control over the underlying database or operating system. FortiGuard's Cybersecurity Agency of Singapore. FortiWeb is marketed as a full-featured web application firewall that protects public-facing services against the OWASP Top 10, Layer 7 DDoS, and zero-day exploits. The newly disclosed weakness sits inside the request handling component. It fails to properly neutralize special characters that form SQL statements. Because the check happens before authentication, no login is required. Affected versions: 7.6.0 through 7.6.3, 7.4.0 through 7.4.7, 7.2.0 through 7.2.10. Cert EU. Any instance in these ranges is exploitable unless a compensating control is already in place. Picture a public-facing FortiWeb cluster that fronts your main client portal. An adversary enumerates the service, injects a payload into a parameter, and the firewall dutifully passes that payload downstream. The SQL engine interprets it, leading to one of three outcomes: data exfiltration, harvesting user credentials or customer records; privilege escalation, uploading a web shell or creating rogue admin accounts; pivoting, using FortiWeb as a launchpad into the wider network. In red team testing, lab exploit code achieves system-level access in under 30 seconds. Confidentiality. Sensitive data processed by portals, APIs, or e-commerce backends could be exposed or manipulated. Integrity. Attackers may alter application logic, inject malicious JavaScript, or tamper with audit logs to hide traces. Availability. Even a failed exploit attempt can trigger service crashes, causing downtime for critical client-facing systems. Beyond technical fallout, regulatory penalties under GDPR or NIS2 can be severe for European operators who fail to patch promptly. Fortinet has released fixed builds: 7.6.4 and later, 7.4.8 and later, 7.2.11 and later. The vendor also provided temporary mitigation rules for customers unable to upgrade immediately. Those rules block suspicious request patterns at the reverse proxy layer. FortiGuard. Identify every FortiWeb instance, including HA pairs and test labs. Isolate vulnerable nodes from the internet if patching cannot start today. Apply the official firmware updates, then validate hash signatures. Import Fortinet's custom IPS signature set that detects CVE 2025-25257 attempts. Review web server and database logs for unexpected queries or privilege changes dating back to the first public disclosure. Harden access control lists, limit administrative interfaces to trusted IP ranges only, and enforce MFA on all FortiWeb accounts. Integrate continuous vulnerability scanning into your DevSecOps pipeline. Use a defense-in-depth approach that places a second WAF layer or API gateway with strict input validation in front of FortiWeb. Subscribe to KMayer's Managed Detection and Response service for real-time threat feeds and 24/7 SOC support. Stay informed and stay protected. Subscribe to this channel for concise daily updates on critical security incidents. If you need assistance patching FortiWeb or auditing your current exposure, visit KMayer.com. Our architects are on standby to help you safeguard your business. Thank you for watching, and see you in tomorrow's briefing.